Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and staying safe and happy at your homes. I am your GK teacher, Miss Farheen, and I welcome you all to your GK class. So, my dear students, let's start at today's lecture. As you know that we are on unit number 1 of your GK3 books, and the name of our unit is Sun. And today is its third lesson. We have already covered first 2 lessons of this unit. I have also given you an introduction. हम सन के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं क्योंकि आप प्रीवियस क्लासेस में पढ़ चुके हैं कि कैसे सूरज की रोशनी से यू गेट हीट एंड लाइट एंड अब हमने पढ़ना शुरू किया है कि कैसे हमें सन जो है बेनिफिट करता है दूसरी चीज़ों में, लाइक finding out the direction. Sun rises from the east, sets in the west, then there is north and there is south. So there are 4 directions that we have already studied, and how the directions helps us in finding out different places on a map, or when you are going from one place to another. So you have to answer a few questions. How do directions help us in understanding the position of an object? So you can easily locate an object when you know its direction. It's in west, east, south or north. How do you know about the location of a place? If you know its direction, you can easily find the place. So my dear students, locations are extremely helpful in navigation or when you are traveling. So my dear students, as you all know, we have studied that sun provides us with heat and light. It tells us about the directions, north, east and west and south. And today we will study that light travels in a straight line. Light जो है वो एक सीधी direction में move करती है, बिल्कुल एक सीधी line में. So, if you block the light, आप जब इसको block करते हैं तो क्या होता है, एक shadow जो है वो create हो जाता है. As you can see on the screen, there is a hand and it is blocking the source of light. And you can see there is a black patch under it which shows that there is darkness under the hand and the light is blocked. This dark part is called the shadow. Now I will switch off the lights. मैं lights को off कर दूंगी and I will show you, I will form a shadow with the help of a torch. Okay. Now the lights are switched off. I will turn on the torch and I will create the shadow of my hand. I will show you. Can you see it now? It is also, I'm also moving my hand. Basically, this is the torch. I'm using my mobile's torch and the light is blocked by my hand. If I'll remove it, you can see the light. And if I again block it, you can see a dark shadow under my hand. This is called shadow when light is blocked. Now, my dear students, you can also see shadows when the sunlight, you block the sunlight, you are playing in the playground, you can see your shadow. That means you are blocking the sunlight. That is why your shadow falls on the ground. See? So this is called shadow. So my dear students, today's student learning outcome is that by the end of today's lesson, all the students will be able to describe the formation of shadows. तो आज हम ये पढ़ेंगे कि shadows क्यों form होते हैं. Why do shadows form? How do they form? क्यों बनते हैं shadows? या उस dark part को क्या कहते हैं आप? ठीक है? So we will have study this in detail. So my dear students, teachers जो हैं before moving on towards Islamic perspective, teachers जो हैं ये activity class में live perform कर सकती हैं. Students can make fun shadows with their hands by blocking the torch light. So you just need a torch light and you can make different shadows by your hand and your fingers and with your body on the wall or on the chart paper on the board. So it's very easy and it will be a fun activity. So my dear students, for Islamic perspective, have you not seen how your Lord spread the shadow? If he willed, he could have made it still. Then we have made the sun its guide. So my dear students, यहाँ पर आपको shadow के बारे में पता चल रहा है कि अल्लाह ताला ने आपके shadow को still नहीं बनाया, it moves. ठीक है? लाइट के साथ साथ जो है जैसे जैसे लाइट की डायरेक्शन चेंज होती है आपका शेडो भी मूव करता है, कभी बड़ा हो जाता है, कभी छोटा हो जाता है. So your shadow is not still, it moves. तो फर्दर हम इस इस्लामिक पर्सपेक्टिव को नेक्स्ट लेसन में भी डिस्कस करेंगे इन डिटेल, क्योंकि उसमें हम शेडोज के बारे में और भी बहुत कुछ पढ़ने वाले हैं. So my dear students, some pre-reading question before we move on towards the main lesson. When an object blocks the way of the light, what is formed? मैंने अभी आपको दिखाया था. When the path of the light is blocked, what is formed? Shadow. Very good. How does the light travel? Light travels in a straight line. Very good. So my dear students, quickly open page number 8 in your books. I hope everybody has opened page number 8 in their books, formation of shadow. But before that, you can see that the two kids in the ground are making their shadow by blocking the light of the sun. आप same जो है ये activity खुद भी perform कर सकते हैं, but you can see their shadows and their shadow is similar what they are doing. Okay? So shadow is exactly of your shape. आपकी shape का ही होता है whatever you are doing. ठीक है? Okay, my dear students, now we will start the reading. So quickly put your fingers where I will read. Formation of shadow. Interestingly, the light travels in a straight line, whether it is the sunlight or light from bulb. When we place a solid object in the path of light, it results in an area of darkness behind that object. It is called a shadow. It is actually image of that object. The shape and size of shadow depends upon the direction and position of light falling on object. So my dear students, very interestingly, जब भी आप light जो एक straight line में travel करती है, if you block that light, behind you, your shadow will be formed. ठीक है? अगर light का यहाँ से source है and I am blocking it, तो मेरा shadow कहाँ पड़ेगा? My shadow will be behind me. ठीक है? आपके opposite, आपके light की source के opposite आपका shadow बनता है because you are blocking it. आप उसको block कर रहे हैं तभी जो है जहाँ पर light fall नहीं करेगी वहाँ आपका shadow बन जाएगा. तो the area of darkness is called the shadow. अब shadow जो है वो change करता है with the position of the light. ठीक है? Light अगर right side पर है, दूर है, नीचे है light की position तो your shadows will be long. अगर आपके top पे है light तो shadows will be shorter. So position of light affects the shape and size of the shadows. So my dear students, now the time for an activity. So what you need to do is, let's observe. Move to the lawn or an open area during the daytime. Stand up in a position in which the sun is at your back. Then observe there will be a shadow on the ground in front of you. Turn around. Now you are facing the sun. Still there's a shadow on the ground behind you. You observe that light travels in a straight line and you are standing between the light of the sun and the ground. So my dear students, this activity will be really fun. अब आप खुद से अपना shadow बनाएंगे. Quickly pause the video and move towards the ground with your teacher. And what you need to do is, आपको जैसे sun अगर इस side पे है, you have to turn your back towards the sun. तो आपका shadow इस तरफ पड़ेगा. ठीक है? आपको अपना shadow ज़मीन पे सामने पड़ता हुआ नजर आएगा. But if you will face the sun, अब आपने ऐसे sun को face किया, where will be your shadow? It will still be at the back. Ground पे आपको अपना shadow नजर आएगा. So this means light is traveling in a straight line and you are blocking it from reaching to the ground. आप उसको ground पे पहुंचने से रोक रहे हैं. So that's why there is an area of darkness. That is called the shadow. Quickly move towards the ground and make your shadows. I hope you have made some fun shadows in the activity. Now we will move forward towards the practice. For practice, a worksheet will be provided to you by your teacher. Worksheet number 5, write down your name and your class on it. Now, my dear students, what you need to do is making shadows. Look at the picture and notice where the sun is. Then circle each shadow that is in the correct place. Make a cross on the shadows that are not in the correct place. So my dear students, आपको यहाँ पर एक picture नजर आ रही है और you can see the position of the sun. अब sun की position जो है बहुत important है, note करना. So अब आपको इसके shadows जो है वो नजर आ रहे हैं. जो जो से भी shadows correct place में है, you have to circle them. ठीक है, क्योंकि light source से हमेशा opposite जो है वो shadow होता है, because you are blocking it, so वो opposite बन रहा है. So you have to circle the correct shadows and you have to cross the incorrect shadows. Let me do one or two for you. This is correct. This is not correct. So you have to do rest by yourself. Okay. So this will be a fun worksheet. Now let's move forward towards the evaluation. You have to answer a few questions. How does light travel? Light travels in a straight line. How do shadows form? When you block the light, an area of darkness appears, and that's how shadows are formed. What is a shadow? Shadow is an area of darkness when you are blocking the sunlight. Okay, that is the shadow. Shadow, okay? So my dear students, for your homework for today is given on page number 12. You have to do question number 3. How are shadows formed? So this question you will do it in your in your notebook. How shadows are formed? Very easy. When you block the source of light, an area of darkness appears behind you. That is called the shadow. So worksheet number 6 will be provided to you. Very easy worksheet. You have to write down your name and your class and you have to draw the shadow. ठीक है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि लाइट की मूवमेंट से या पोजीशन से शेडो की पोजीशन भी चेंज हो जाती है. Draw the object's shadow. Light travels in a straight line. The position of the shadow depends where the sun is. ठीक है, अब here you can see the tree and the sun is here and you have to draw the shadow. तो यहाँ पर shadow बनेगा. Here the sun has changed its position. Now where will be the shadow? So you have to draw the shadows of both the trees in correct places. Very easy worksheet. Just use your mind. Now, my dear students, here's the worksheet. Okay, now we will move forward towards the wrap-up. Light travels in a straight line. Shadow forms when we place an object in the way of the light. Okay, very easy. How shadows are formed? When we place object in the path of the light or in the way of the light, shadows are formed. So, my dear students, today you have done very fun activities and you have learned very new things about light and shadows. Keep everybody around you safe. Have a good day and Allah Hafiz.